In the quiet heart of Evergreen Forest, lived a hedgehog named Henry. He was unlike any other animal in the woods, not because he had spines, but because he had a soft heart. Henry felt everything deeply. When he saw birds chirping together or squirrels chasing each other, he felt a deep longing in his chest. He wanted to join them. He wanted to laugh, to play, to hug someone and tell them how much they meant to him. But he had a problem. Whenever Henry tried to get close, his sharp spines got in the way. Once, he had tried to hug a bunny named Moppy. She had been crying, sitting under a mushroom after falling and scraping her paw. Henry, concerned, walked over and gently wrapped his tiny arms around her. Moppy let out a yelp. His spines had pricked her badly. She ran off, scared and sore. Henry had just wanted to help. But instead, he had made things worse. From that day on, whispers followed him. Don't get too close to him. He's too prickly. He means well, but it hurts. And so, the forest began to see Henry as the hedgehog who stayed alone. Henry tried everything. He wore leaves like a coat to cover his spines. He even tied soft moss on his back like a cushion. But nothing really worked. Every time he came close, others still flinched. So he stopped trying. Instead, he walked alone near the river, collecting pretty stones he would never share. He watched from behind trees as the other animals played games or built little homes together. His heart felt full of feelings he had nowhere to put. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the treetops, he saw a group of younger animals making friendship bracelets from vines and colorful petals. He quietly placed a polished acorn beside their path and slipped away. They found it. They smiled. But they never knew who had left it. And Henry never told them. High up in a hollow tree lived an old, thoughtful owl named Elmo. He had watched the animals for many years, and he had especially watched Henry. One night, as Henry sat by the stream, Elmo glided down beside him. "You're the quiet kind," Elmo said, his voice deep and calm. Henry shrugged. "Quiet is safer. It doesn't hurt anyone." Elmo tilted his head. "But you hurt, don't you?" Henry nodded. "I only want to care. But every time I try, I cause pain. Maybe I'm not meant for friendship." Elmo looked at him gently. "Kindness isn't about how you show it. It's about why. What matters is the care inside you. The form it takes can always be adjusted." "Adjusted?" Henry blinked. "Kindness is creativity," Elmo said. "Let it take a shape that fits you." And with that, the owl flew off into the moonlight, leaving Henry to think. The next morning, Henry tried something different. He saw a robin chick that had fallen from its nest. Normally, he would have panicked. But this time, he thought, how can I help, carefully. He lay flat on the ground and let the chick use his back as a step to climb back to a low branch. He didn't touch it. He just supported it. That evening, a caterpillar was crawling toward a steep mud patch. Henry plucked a large leaf, slid it under the caterpillar, and gently carried it across. Word started spreading. "The hedgehog helped me without even touching me. He's so clever. Maybe he's not dangerous after all." Henry didn't say much. But inside, something warm began to bloom. One night, the winds howled. Thunder cracked across the sky. Rain poured down like buckets. The forest turned dark and dangerous. The baby animals panicked. Their homes were too small or too exposed. The elder trees creaked, and branches snapped. Henry saw a group of frightened young ones huddled near a fallen log. Without thinking, he rushed to help. He used giant leaves to make a shelter wall. Then he stood with his back against the wind, using his spines like a fence to protect the little ones. He didn't hug them. He didn't even speak. But he was there, soaking wet, shielding them all night. When morning came and the storm passed, the animals looked at him in awe. "You didn't have to do that," one whispered. Henry finally smiled. I wanted to. After the storm, something shifted in Evergreen Forest. Animals began to think differently. If Henry couldn't hug, maybe they could hug him carefully. One day, Moppy, the same bunny he'd hurt once, walked up to him with a thick pillow made of moss. She wrapped it between them and gave him a soft, safe hug. Others followed. Raccoons made hug mittens to avoid the spines. Squirrels invented tap dances where they tapped feet in a circle to show affection. It wasn't about touching. It was about connection. Henry felt more loved than ever before. That spring, the forest planned a new event, the Festival of Forms, a celebration of all the unique ways animals could express love. There were singing circles, gift swaps, tail dances, and more. Henry had a booth called Care Tokens where he gave out tiny polished stones, each with a different symbol carved into it: hearts, suns, stars, and trees. Take one, he'd say. When you feel low, hold it. It's a reminder that someone cares. His tokens became legendary. Years later, Henry was no longer the prickly hedgehog who hurts. He was known as the one with the softest heart. No one feared his spines anymore. They respected them. They understood them. And more than that, they understood him. Because he had taught them something precious. Kindness isn't about hugging, or grand gestures, or being like everyone else. Kindness is about intention. About creativity. About care. And that even if your outside is sharp, your inside can still be the softest place in the world. Moral: kindness isn't about how you show it, but how deeply you feel it.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on more interesting stories.